Imagine waking up feeling like your bones are on fire, and no one can see it. No scars, no bruises, just pain, deep, relentless pain. This isn't a nightmare. This is the everyday reality of someone living with sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is a genetic blood disorder that warps the body's red blood cells into sharp, sickle-like shapes. These cells clog blood vessels, block oxygen, and create unimaginable pain. But what makes it worse? Most of the world doesn't even know how brutal this disease really is. Meet Dani. She's 23, and from the outside, she looks perfectly healthy. But every few weeks, she ends up in the ER, unable to move, barely able to speak. Her body wages war against itself, and she has no control over when the next attack will come. She's missed birthdays, job interviews, and pieces of her own future. She's one of millions who carry a silent weight the world rarely sees. This disease affects millions, mostly people of African, Mediterranean, and Middle Eastern descent. It's inherited, chronic, and for many life-threatening. There's no universal cure. Treatments are expensive, access is unequal, and awareness is painfully lacking. A child with sickle cell can go from playing 1 minute to screaming in pain the next. A teen might spend prom night hooked to 4 drips instead of dancing. Adults push through college and jobs while managing daily fatigue that would leave most people in bed. These are real stories. Real people. And most of their battles happen behind closed doors. The world needs to see sickle cell disease for what it really is. Not just a medical condition, but a human struggle filled with strength, suffering, and survival. The question is, will we keep looking away? Or will we finally listen? To understand sickle cell disease, we have to zoom in way in, down to the level of our DNA. Inside our bodies, red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen to every part of us. These cells are filled with a protein called hemoglobin. It's what gives red blood cells their round, flexible shape and their oxygen-carrying power. But in people with sickle cell disease, there's a mutation in the gene that makes hemoglobin. Specifically, it's a change in the HBB gene, located on chromosome 11. This tiny glitch causes the body to produce an abnormal version of hemoglobin called hemoglobin S. Here's where genetics come into play. Every person inherits 2 copies of the hemoglobin gene, one from each parent. If both parents pass on the gene for hemoglobin S, the child receives 2 sickle cell genes, one from mom, one from dad, and will have sickle cell disease. If only one parent passes on the gene, the child becomes a carrier, what's known as having sickle cell trait. They usually don't experience full-blown symptoms, but they can pass the gene to their children. What happens next inside the body is where the real battle begins. When red blood cells with hemoglobin S give up their oxygen, they change shape. Instead of being soft and round, they turn stiff and sickle-shaped. These cells don't flow easily. They get stuck, block blood vessels, cause pain, and die off too quickly, leading to anemia and a cascade of health problems. And remember, this starts with a microscopic mutation in DNA. Just one tiny change. That leads to a lifetime of challenges. Behind every hospital visit, every sleepless night, and every forced smile, there's a human being fighting a war most of us can't see. Sickle cell disease doesn't just shape blood, it shapes lives. And yet, the world still knows so little. But this is just the beginning. In the next video we're diving deeper into the untold truths, the myths, the stigma, and the hope that's rising from the pain. Because sickle cell warriors deserve more than just survival. They deserve to be seen, heard, and understood. So if you think you know sickle cell, think again. Subscribe, stay with us, and be ready. The next chapter is one you won't want to miss.